our boy Pirate hanging out with us. He always sits right here when I do it from this chair. So I thought, well, we might as well let him in on this one, right? Right, Baba? Okay, it was a long day. It was a really long day today for Pirate. He woke up, and then he sat here, and then he went upstairs and sat there, and then he went back down here and sat there. Then he went back up and sat up there. It was a long day. Long day. Thank you all so much for Coyote Kids Book Club coming in and joining us. This is really important because earlier today, 4 o'clock today, we had Lady Annabellum live on the radio performing a show for you. 15 minutes of live music. It's what we all need right now because we can't go to concerts. There are no concerts, and we all miss live music. So if you missed it, here's the cool thing. It's going to be rerun. So it was live at 4. You can hear it again at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. So 1 hour from now, you can have your personal assistant, Alexa, do it for you. Now, oh crap, now she's going to say something to me. Or you can do it on the Coyote Country mobile app, 1027coyotecountry.com, or of course, you can listen at 102.7 if you have a radio with you. So, and also Friday, we have another one of those. So we're super stoked. And unconfirmed, so I'm not going to say anything, but we might have a special guest reading a book on Thursday. I'm not going to say anything else because I don't think I've been giving confirmation. And if you listen to the show, you know I've gotten in trouble for spoiling things before. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. So Thursday, we could have a guest book reader. So I know that was a lot of stuff to take in. 8 o'clock, Lady Annabellum, you can hear them live on Coyote Country, doing a live show. And, special guest reader on Thursday. All right, so let's read a book. Does that sound good, Pirate? Some people think he hates me because he acts like this. No, he loves me. We love each other. Marvin Gets Mad. Look at that sheep. He's mad. Marvin Gets Mad by Joseph Theobald. Alright, I already love the illustration and the colors. Alright, let's do it. One perfect morning, Marvin and Molly found a tree full of big, juicy apples. Look at them jumping up for those apples. There was one apple that Marvin really wanted, but no matter how high he jumped, he couldn't quite reach it. It's got pretty short legs. I know the feeling, Marvin. I know the feeling. Maybe it'll fall off, thought Marvin. Well, he waited, and he waited, and he waited. But the apple did not fall. And eventually, Marvin fell asleep. Just like him. Marvin fell asleep. When Marvin woke up, the apple was gone. And Molly was eating it. I wanted that apple, shouted Marvin. Sorry, said Molly. I didn't know. Marvin was not happy. Don't get mad with me, said Molly. There are a lot more apples in the tree. I wanted that apple, shouted Marvin. And you've eaten it. Uh-oh. Look how mad he is. Marvin was so mad. He grew mad teeth and mad horns and mad feet and a mad tail. Ugh. Look at that. He got so mad he grew a tail and some horns. I want my apple! Calm down, said Molly. Look at him right now. What is going on? No, shouted Marvin as he stamped on the flowers, and he knocked over the chicken shed, and he frightened all the ducks, and he even bit a cow's tail. What is he doing? Come on, Marvin, that's not being a very good sport. Molly didn't even know. Marvin didn't know what he wanted anymore. He stamped his big mad feet and let out a big Bah! As Marvin stamped harder and harder, the ground began to rumble underneath him. Look at him. He's just jumping up and down. He's throwing a real fit. And suddenly, crack! The ground opened up and swallowed him whole. Marvin fell deeper and deeper and deeper and landed with a thud, all alone in the dark. Do you think that was all worth an apple? I don't think so. Bah! Shouted Marvin, but nobody could hear him. He tried to break the wall, but that only hurt his head. Marvin was all alone. He closed his eyes and remembered the perfect day in the meadow. I wish Molly was here, he thought. Gradually, Marvin felt less mad. When Marvin opened up his eyes, there was Molly. I'm sorry I was so angry. That's okay, said Molly. I came to find you. I thought you might be lost, and look, I found another big, juicy apple. It's for you. Thank you, said Marvin, and Molly showed Marvin the way back up to the meadow. Everything was perfect again. But Marvin didn't want an apple anymore. He wanted a pear. But no matter how high he jumped, he couldn't quite reach it. And that was Marvin Gets Mad by Joseph Theobald. Marvin Gets Mad. I love that book, and I think it teaches a really good lesson of, getting angry, getting upset, can not only ruin a day for the people around you, but it can also ruin the day for you. And it's so important to remember that your actions have consequences. You might upset your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister or your friends, and you got to make sure to think before you react. That's so important. Think, is this really that important? Is this really that important that I have to throw a fit right now? I think we've all thrown fits before. And especially with being at home all the time with our families. Our families are the people we love the most. However, it's definitely understandable how they're the ones we get upset with the most because we spend the most time with them. And that's understandable, but take a second and breathe before you get angry. And I think Marvin learned that lesson. That's for sure. Well, thank you all so much for watching Marvin Gets Mad for Coyote Kids Book Club once again. On Thursday, we may have a special guest reading. So we've had myself, Paul Knight, Amy, Ransom, Sean. We had Dylan Carmichael, an artist who sings I Do For You on Coyote Country. We had him read. It could be a special guest on Thursday. And remember, at 8 o'clock sharp, so about 50 minutes away, you can hear on Coyote Country Lady Antebellum performing for you, exclusively on Coyote Country, which is really cool. So, all right, well, thank you all so much, and get tucked into bed. It's time to go. I'll see ya.